So now we're going to go to the video to hear from Molly Evans. Molly is from Naperville, and she did the first couple of quarters remotely, but she liked it so much that she started coming in person. Unfortunately, she is ill tonight, so she's going to join us by video. Can we get Molly Evans on the video? Molly, can you hear us? Not yet.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Go ahead, Molly.
Okay. I'm assuming you can hear me. I'm so sad to not be there live tonight. My whole family got the flu, so I'll be here remotely with you. So my journey has been, I came here a year ago at a point of transition in my life. My last of 4 kids was headed off to kindergarten. And for the first time in like 12 years, I actually picked my head up from motherhood and thought, oh my gosh, I don't even know what's going on outside the 4 walls of my house. I was just really kind of hanging on and surviving the day as if life was just kind of happening to me versus me making the conscious decision and choices to be intentional about what I wanted for my life. I had certainly logged plenty of hours. I'm certain it was like 10,000 hours of time with my kids and tending to my kids. But I personally was depleted and kind of in the negative. I was doing exactly opposite of what you hear the flight attendants asking of you in the airplane, is to be sure and put your oxygen mask on before you put your kids on. And I was not doing that. I came into Wright believing several things, but one, that it was not possible to be both a great mom and a successful professional. I had this either or mentality, and actually that mentality permeated throughout my life in many ways. I also believed that it was just easier and quite frankly better to just be nice and keep the peace and not really say what I was feeling. And the last thing that was kind of a theme throughout the whole year was that it was better to not try at all versus trying and not being the best at it, or worse for me was trying and failing. So over the course of the year, I began shifting those mistaken beliefs into more of the empowering beliefs by really just doing the work, like quarter after quarter, assignment by assignment, phone call by phone call, just learning where my unfinished business and my projections and some of my reactivity from my mom was coming. And really helping to peel back the layers of like that nice Molly and really my false self. So needless to say, like these Tuesday nights have been sacred, very sacred to me. Taking this class was just a really big step in reclaiming myself, being on my own side, and just showing up for myself and not just identifying myself as the mother of 4 kids. I am a woman of influence and power outside the 4 walls of my house. And I am a woman who engages in deep and meaningful connections and not just from an arm's length anymore. I'm learning more about what I want versus like I always know what my kids wanted, but I never really knew what I wanted. And I got to shift that and learn more about that. I definitely have more direction and clarity than I ever have before. I had this whole childhood of not being messy. For fear of hurting people's feelings and making mistakes and showing up differently than how people saw me to be. So I just really am celebrating, continuing my journey that I started a year ago of just being messy and living this childhood that I never had and just leaning into all of my fears and the fear of failure and celebrating those mistakes. So I am definitely becoming more the woman that I want to become, and this is just the beginning for me. So the next steps in honoring those empowering beliefs is I am going to go out and get a job, number one. I'm also going to do the Women's Essential weekend and mother-daughter in the spring. And then I think there's family weekends, and I'm just going to dive all in. So thank you for listening, and thanks for being here.
Thanks, Molly. Beautiful, Molly.